As a result of these efforts and those of the Commission, such as the increasing trend of cooperation between states and the Commission, and between states and non-state actors for human rights in Africa, a lot leaves to be desired, considering the fact that in many African states today, the rule of law is still in a precarious state.
The African Commission way back in the past established the Economic, Social and Cultural Council, evoking African civil society partnership with governments to play an active role in charting out a future for the human rights for the continent by enriching the principles, policies and programs of the Union. This forum is thus regarded as a perfect platform for stakeholder dialogue for the overall objective for promoting and protecting human rights in Africa.
These initiatives by the African Union and the African Commission in bringing an inclusive relationship with NGOs is a clear indication of the vital role that NGOs play in supporting these organs in the promotion and protection of human rights.
The human rights defenders concur that though Africa today has a human rights system comprising numerous instruments and institutions with a human rights mandate, it may not be effectively implemented and actualized without the active, consistent support and collaboration of NGOs.
I therefore wish to renew my call to NGOs to continue to work even harder in the crusade against human rights violations. Let me conclude by acknowledging that there is an inherent value in focused discussion among participating NGOs in the implementation of our shared commitments. The NGO Forum exemplifies the crucial role that African Commission continues to play in engaging and inspiring civil society organizations all over the continent.
Experts in the field of human rights and democracy at this convergence are therefore expected to facilitate series of presentations on the overview of the situation of human rights and democracy in Africa, United Nations System-Wide Action Plan on Gender Equity and Reproductive Rights of Women, the Durban Declaration and a Plan of Action, minority issues, and the protective mandate of the African Commission.
It is important that we, governments and NGOs, work together, bearing in mind the heavy responsibility to our peoples attached to this relationship. It is only through concerted efforts that we can overcome the challenges facing our countries, regions, and continent at large.
As African Commission for Human and People's Rights and the NGO communities fortified its march for the cause of humanity, the Human Rights Instrument of the continent acknowledged that the African continent is plagued with serious widespread human rights violations and armed conflicts accompanied by social unrest that continue unabated and leading to appalling human rights abuse. The challenges underscore the need for continuous mobilization and constructive engagement by the NGO communities, states parties as primary duty bearers, and the African Commission. Louis Mendy, GRTS.
The Suleiman Jonkun General Hospital in Buyam has taken delivery of 2 solar suitcases, courtesy of Power Up Gambia, an American charity credited for its support to the country's health sector. The solar-powered devices have gained recognition in 18 other countries. Details in this report.
Source of electricity, the risk of infection could be seriously reduced.
Lynn and Leland explained the usefulness of electricity and the mode of operations of the solar panels, respectively.
Quinella reported that they've had a number of good successes doing deliveries with these very bright lights. They found the headlamps to be extremely useful. There was a road accident out on South Bank Road. They were able to go out in the middle of the night with these very bright headlamps and see what was going on and treat the patients right away. So they found it very successful, and we think it's something that other clinics will find successful as well.
Some solar panels that can be mounted, either can be leaned against a tree or can be mounted on the side of a clinic. The high efficiency lights, storage battery. It's all, there's also on this charge controller for the batteries, there is information, tells you how much power you have left, so that you know whether you need to start conserving the power. And yes, you have power to do many things.
The president of Power Up Gambia, based in Junior Tech College in the United States, spoke on the genesis of this initiative.
My university at home is Junior College, and every year at least 20 students come to the Gambia, and so their experience impacts them because when they're here, they go to hospitals, they visit schools. They don't do like charity work when they're here because they just need to learn about the Gambia. And I think one thing that they really take back home is that the Gambia teaches people that all people belong to each other, and no matter like religion, race, or even just where they grew up. So going to the hospitals and seeing the different conditions that are there, when we go back home, like we can't get those images out of our head, kind of. And so with that in mind, and the fact that we all belong to each other, we hold events on campus in America, and we just ask other students to pay a certain amount of money to attend the events, and we can easily raise money for the solar suitcases. And I think students are always going to be coming here year after year.
Power Up Gambia is a charity that is partnering with We Care Solar to power up remote Gambian clinics lacking reliable electricity supply by using solar suitcases, as implemented in 18 other countries. They are considered to be portable, cost-effective, and user-friendly for health workers in providing much-needed power critical to their operations. They can also charge rechargeable batteries, cell phones, laptop computers.
We'll go for a first break. We'll be back with news from outside the Gambia.
Atimara, what's happening? We put you on a job, so
me a pensioner. I don't get money, and I really need money right now. Also, I'll forgo get out.
Now make you put you on a job.
Yes.
You know, you forget to be a pensioner. Our social security are common rights now. Then they pay 15 months drawback to all pensioners. And you know tap deal. They get salary increase for all pensioners. Monica, I did the work.
Yes, so Auntie Medina, waiting pageants they tell you all not true. Social security now, then they give 15 months drawback to all pensioners. And not that no more, then don't add back for their salaries them. As I talk to you, so people in they queue for collect their own money.
Picking not true, they tell me.
Not true are they talk. Not they are they walk.
And me are they go.
If me now you no wait.
Me are not they wait anything are they go.
Go. Pa Jones.
Monica.
Social security.
Now we you know.
Now we you know.
Ikawal to njira ako enda fana pension tale mantra dokula but social security ninga yata momo la pension be social security ikaw mi drawback karta nilu drawback ko ye waledi mbata je sansa ngandata o ko la pension jol be la fale
o mo jara ba
kan fele be do ko le social security
yo nageba na aka men foyeten to nyaba ndebe do ko la social security bara kan men foten to ngo fem pension de gambe banko kan jar social security yela pension o da la fale ko do la fal ko la fana ka droba go di mo la karta ni lulni ya ko la dila droba go yalla wala la ngamate muntuma mulu beran ningi sa imponta ni bata kan woto mtem fram tem tong tong mi tawal intakata felen kan nage wa
ni mejo ngaren ba social security enjong manso
ngabula ja
Welcome back. Authorities in Cameroon have intensified efforts at reducing the threat posed by poachers on the country's dwindling elephant population. Elephant poaching has become a worrying issue for authorities in Cameroon as more and more elephants fall victim to the desperate actions of ivory hunters. In a bid to combat this threat, the government in Yaoundé has drafted in the army to help protect the endangered species from poachers. Details in this report.
These elephant tusks were seized